I've been young my whole life. Sounds like a strange thing to say, but at the age of 36, it kind of makes sense. I maybe didn't realize at the time, but I had a great childhood. A relatively smooth, stress-free transition into my teens, and by the time I got to adulthood, well, the world didn't seem like too tough of a place. Of course, that has everything to do with being young. Every day was a chance to have more fun, do cool stuff, and meet new people. You just don't understand worry, and drinking all the time, well, that was also the norm. You have loads of friends, you always have somewhere to go, and everything was always going to be okay. There is nothing better in this world than being young. As I just said, I'm 36, and though in a world where 50 is the new 40, 36 is still young. It's not though. Right now, I am the oldest I've ever been. Again, this is a strange thing to say, but at the age of 36, it really hits home. Your career takes over. You're always working. You have fewer places to go, less people to see, and have fewer friends to hang out with. And those are the positives. You have less hair, more worries, and alcohol leads to hangovers, always. Seriously, I think about having a drink during the week, and I wake up with a hangover. But starting my workday at 4 AM has a lot to do with that. But why the hell am I getting up this early? You have to. It's called having a career. For the very first time in my life, I feel old, and it really sucks. But that's because I suffer from occasional bouts of nostalgia. Nostalgia is a little like crack. It makes you feel good for a little while, but ultimately when the high fades, you feel even worse than you did originally. Realizing this made me realize that getting old isn't actually that bad. I mean, being young was cool and all, but looking back, it's mostly superficial crap. I mean, look at me here. I was such a dumbass, with a very limited view on the world. I'm glad I've become more than that. I'm glad I got older. I would rather hang out with current me than this guy. Well, maybe this guy for like 5 minutes, but nothing more. I wouldn't introduce him to my girlfriend, that's for sure. But how do we fight the nostalgia cravings? Because they will come back, they're always there. Well, for starters, do not watch the movie Hot Tub Time Machine. That'll make you want to do spring break in the middle of winter and cash in your savings for strippers. There is something I'm going to test out which I feel could be the answer, and I'm going to call it 100 days to better. Sounds a bit cliched, I know, but if your life keeps getting better, you'll never have a need to hanker for the past, right? We do dumb stuff like quitting drinking for a month, or insane 90-day gym challenges, or just, buy new cars. I'm proposing something a lot more worthwhile and longer lasting. For 100 days, just add one new thing or activity to your life that you think will make it better. It can literally be anything, just as long as it is something you think will make today better than yesterday. Because this is the reality of life, unfortunately. When you're young, life is easy. The older you get, the more you have to work at everything. I don't care who you are or what you do, you can't escape that truth. But the way to make it more manageable is by doing something small each day to improve yourself. Keep a little journal on this, and let's see what happens. I'm going to do it and make some videos along the way. I enjoyed my youth to the fullest, don't get me wrong, but that was then. Now also has the potential to be amazing. You just need to apply yourself a little more, and that's what I'm going to do with 100 days to better.